Hello all and welcome to another Kevin Entertainment video. It's Art here with a book review for Blowback by James Patterson. Let me reiterate from the community post that the secret video is being held over until Monday because I'm working on some editing tricks. I wanted to try something fancy and I'm working to see if I can get the fancy thing in the video. So that's why we're working on it. So now we're getting into Blowback. Blowback is the new book by Dubois, brought to us by James Patterson. It is a standalone novel. It's not in one of Patterson's series like NYPD Red, the Women's Murder Club, or Alex Cross. It's a standalone novel, and it deals with what happens if we had a mentally unstable president. One that let power go to his head, one that used the office for personal gains or personal vendettas, and knew how to take out the built-in checks and balances within the system without anybody really batting an eye. Let me just say, the problems that I have with the Patterson novels, the chapters being too short, them being a little bit written for TV or movies, are still there. But with that being said, even when those problems are still present and are still prevalent, if it's written well, it can still be an enjoyable white-knuckle thrill ride, and Blowback was that. Dubois did a wonderful job in doing what he does. You can tell that he has a talent as a writer, because James Patterson, with the way these books go, I know I've explained this before, but for anybody new, with the way these books go, when he has a co-writer with him, he basically gives them the idea, he may give them a rough outline, and then goes and tells them to go write the book, kind of giving them a leg up and a way to be seen, a way to make money from the deal. And then he gets money from it too, because he slaps his name on it too. That's why there are so many, that's why there are, no joke, like 24 to 30 James Patterson novels a year, because one seems to come out like every 2 weeks, and that's how, because he's not writing. And the only series he writes is the Alex Cross series itself. But Dubois does a wonderful job in balancing this and giving us protagonists that we can believe in, that are believable, that are pinned down, that at first trust the president and then they come to find out otherwise, and then things ensue. I like how it builds. In the beginning, you kind of lay down the groundwork. In the middle, it builds and builds and builds and builds. And then at the end, we get the crescendo, the climax, and the denouement. So it's built in that archetypal story that is actually top-notch and is actually very well paced, very well thought out, and very well bridged. It didn't feel like it was outlined. It may have been outlined. I can't tell unless Dubois or Patterson himself comment. But I can say that it was a thrill ride that didn't let go. It had characters that were believable, that you could sink your teeth into. Even the bad guys were bad guys you wanted to hate, but bad guys you could sink your teeth into. They were decent bad guys that you could understand their logic of why they were bad. You didn't necessarily agree with them, but you understood the logic. They were at least believable on the page, and you could tell that they had life off the page. Whenever they have life off the page, that brings them to life on the page. So that's why that's important. And I can't read very much James Patterson at once because it does get formulaic. And you do start to see the plot holes and not all co-writers or ghostwriters, whatever you want to call them, are built the same. There are some co-writers that are just god-awful. But there are some co-writers that just get it. And Brendan Dubois is luckily enough one to just get it. So if you're in the mood for a James Patterson-esque book, Blowback might be for you. It very well might be for you. And it's a very, very good book. It's a very, very knowledgeable book in the sense of Patterson and Dubois pull from history and pull from the way our government works. It takes a bit of research. It takes a bit of knowing how things work in order to make these type of books believable, in order to make these type of books more captivating, and Dubois and Patterson do it very well. But it is a 4 out of 5 for me, just simply because it is formulaic. I like the book a lot. It's 4 out of 5 on the GoodReads scale. It's an 8 out of 10 on my own scale. It's only 8 out of 10 because the Patterson books are formulaic and they don't deviate from that formula. But sometimes that formula can be exactly what you're looking for too, so don't forget that. And in this case, it was a book club read for me, but it was also what I was looking for to dive back into a book at the same time too. So it was part and parcel the book club read and something I was ready for and something I was ready to sink my teeth into. I think the Alex Ross series is still my favorite James Patterson series, and it's still the only one to date that I know he writes on his own. But Blowback is an excellent book. A book that if you like Patterson and you're wondering if you should read this standalone novel, my vote is yes. If you haven't read Patterson, you will get a very good idea of what a Patterson novel is from this book. And the co-writer, Brendan Dubois, does a wonderful job in doing his part and actually writing the book and making the book believable and fun. But before I gush on too long, this is what I'm going to say. Leave in the comments down below what you thought of Blowback if you read Blowback or any other James Patterson novel, and let me know what you thought of that in the comments down below. Also, in the comments down below, let me know any Patterson books that you think I should read that you thought were excellent. Mind you, I've read a lot of Patterson books. I've read, what's the first one? I've read the first Alex Ross novel, whose name I can't remember. I think it was Kiss the Girl or something like that, or Along Came a Spider or something like that. I've also read Zoo and Zoo 2, and I've read In My PD Read 1 and 2. So, and I've read Women's Murder Club. Book 1, didn't like that so much because Magazine Pietro isn't as good as some of his co-writers. But let me know in the comments down below any James Patterson novels you think I should read. But until next time, you know I make videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday at 12:30 p.m. Central, 10:30 p.m. Pacific, 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Please like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more. Please ding the notification bell to be notified when I upload a video. And without further ado, happy reading. I'll see you again soon. And peace.